Thank you, Madam Chair, and guaranteed I'll be asking some questions here, so get ready. Really appreciate all of you being here. Of course, it's nice to see you, but Mr. Scharf, you know I'm going to be concentrating on you today. As you were here, just about March of last year, I believe. Now you've been on that role for a period of time, so it's good to hear we're going to be able to have a good conversation here. So I want to focus on the 13,000 Wells Fargo employees in our district. We spoke here last year, as you mentioned. You said that you were going to make those folks a priority. We talked a little bit about some of the organizational structural pieces you were going to put in place and the ways you were going to engage employees. And I was very excited to hear about those. But this news is very disconcerting at this time. There have been 9 rounds of layoffs notices to more than 350 Iowans since April. From what I understand, that's due to a slow mortgage industry. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct, Congressman,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And now last month, Bloomberg reported that Wells Fargo is planning a major retreat from its mortgage business, which, boy, I do not like the sound of those words. Those mortgage operations are, of course, one of the primary businesses in Iowa. And can you confirm whether that story is accurate? And can you discuss what will happen with the 13,000 Iowans that Wells employs if you shrink mortgage operations?
Congresswoman, first of all, as we've discussed, Iowa, Des Moines specifically, is a very, very important location for us. It has been for a long time, and I see that continuing to be the case for a long time to come. I don't see that changing. We do operate within businesses that are susceptible to market conditions. Volumes go up and volumes go down. The changes that we've seen in the mortgage business are the most significant changes we've seen in the shortest amount of time, given the move in rates. And so we, like all other mortgage companies, have had to take a look at our own infrastructure and ensure that it's sized properly. The first thing we do is we do try and figure out, are there other roles inside the company that impacted employees can play? And I know that we have moved a significant number of employees from one division to another as we've gone through these changes in the mortgage business. The other thing I should just point out is the mortgage, Des Moines began, when I think when we acquired a company that was in Des Moines way back, it was a mortgage business. And for quite a number of years, the only thing that we had in Des Moines was mortgage. That's not true today. We have pieces of large parts of the company that reside there. And so if you live there and you want a role elsewhere, it's quite likely that you'll be able to stay in Des Moines and play that other role.
Well, that's good to hear. You still haven't answered the question. Can you confirm whether that is accurate, that you will be seeing a major retreat from the mortgage business?
Congresswoman, we have...
Yes or no?
Well, I don't know.
Is it accurate?
I don't know how to define what a major retreat is.
Is Bloomberg correct when they said you're planning a major retreat out of the mortgage business? This is a real easy question.
No, it's, Congressman,
yes or no?
The mortgage market is substantially lower today than it was, and so we are significantly.
Okay, so I'm not getting an answer. What I did think I heard from you is that with the 13,000 Iowans, if I'm hearing you correctly, you will do everything in your possible power to find another job for them within the other parts of Wells Fargo that are located in Iowa. Is that correct?
Congressman, that is something that we do across the whole country, not just within Iowa.
Okay, so we're going to have to follow up on this because I'm still not getting a straight answer on what's going to happen to the tons of people in our district that you won't answer this question about what's happening. And what I don't want to see is all of a sudden we wake up and in the Des Moines Register, I've got 1,000 people lining up to make sure that they can get unemployment. And the other thing I want to make sure that we do is address TAA if there's going to be any conversation around moving jobs out of this country, okay? So we'll be in touch with you about that. Next, I just want to move on a bit, and this was good to hear. I saw some stories suggesting Wells would cover travel expenses for employees seeking abortion care. Now that our Iowa Governor Reynolds is attempting to push her ban through that she pushed through last time and was shot down, but she will now because of Roe v. Wade, can you confirm if Wells is covering those expenses and how that will work for the workers?
Congresswoman, we are going to, we have changed our plans so that abortion is consistent with other health care options, so that we will pay for the expenses of someone to cross state lines to get a legal procedure. And we've not worked out specifically, to my knowledge, exactly how that will work, but we can certainly share that with you.
Thank you. And one last question. Can you clarify if your commitment to remaining neutral and not interfering with employees on unionizing will be upheld?
You want me to answer that? Time is up.
Gentlelady's time has expired.
Would he be able to answer that, Madam Chair?
We're going to continue with the rules that we have used all day.
Thank you. I'll follow up
I
on
wish for him to get back to you with an answer to your question.